Let's talk about social media now, because you were one of the early adopters of building a personal brand online, and which I love, by the way. I love following along, and I have done for a very long time. I told you earlier I connected with Ash Goodchild from PM Collective and Soco Realty in early days of COVID, and she said, you've got to follow this lady, and which I did. Now, I've got a quick one side note before I ask you my actual question.
Yeah.
Did you call yourself the OCD PM because you do have OCD, or because you're just more of that perfectionist personality type?
Yes, actually quite funny, because when you mentioned Ash, and Ash didn't know this until recently, but when I was chatting with her, I actually tried to take her handle, which was the Perth property manager or something like that, but she had nabbed it like all those years ago. And I was like, oh bugger, what do I do now? So yes, so the OCD PM came into my head because I do slightly have some OCD, but as I've got on older, probably ADHD kind of activities. So, and then I did acronym it out to be like organization, cleaning, and design, but it's just stuck. I really love it. And people within the industry, you know, running that outsourcing company, some of those property managers did already know me because of my social media handle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very catchy. And I did see a post where you were scrubbing on your tiles in the ground with a scrubbing brush, and I thought she's definitely got to have OCD or ADD. So yeah.
I've nicknamed myself the influencer because I had probably 4 other women message me about that Kasha cleaner, and I feel like sending Kasha a little DM saying, "Can I have some affiliate marketing, please?"
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Cleaning products. There you go. I mean, everyone's got them.
Yes, exactly.
Little side business there. Now, I absolutely love how authentic you are. And there was another post that you posted recently. I sound like a real stalker, don't I? About you don't care as much what you look like these days, but it's how you feel.
Yes, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about that, how you've come to that mindset, because I think I totally agree with that. I think that is way more important. And it's shifting, I think, on social media too.
Yeah. So again, it came back to that real health focus that I was like, I'm still on that journey now. I'm never going to be 100%. I don't think anyone ever would be. But that shift in internal health really helped shift my mental health. I was very post leaving my last role, very negative mindset, really down on myself. But as soon as I made those small changes of like, okay, well, eating healthy can be self-care. It doesn't have to be, you know, having a bath and putting on a face mask, even though I love doing those on a Sunday night.
Yep. But it doesn't have to be a diet either. It's just eating healthy. I love that you said that. It's not about dieting, and because as soon as you stop a diet, all the weight comes back on again.
Exactly. And I think that's tractioning, maybe showing my age a little bit growing up in the 90s, that it was very like, how skinny was that person? And, you know, but in that positivity space, you know, I just feel like that we all come in different shapes and sizes, and what we bring to the table is not what we look like, but what our mind can bring to it. I've always been praised in any employment, and probably why I flourish in property management is just thinking outside of the box and problem solving and having a left of field approach. So I think it's really to be celebrated, and that's what makes property managers unique, is that most of us think like that.
Absolutely. And so gone are the days. And I guess when you first started on Instagram, and you would have noticed a big shift in this space, it was all about those influencers and what you look like. And, you know, everyone was using filters, and there was no such thing as, you know, or showing up authentically. I mean, it's now, I'm finding it's shifting right back to that authenticity. You know, your videos don't have to be perfect. You can take the piss out of yourself on your reels. A lot of my friends don't get that, by the way. A lot of my friends are like, oh my God, why are you doing that? Like, why do you need to do that? And it's because I don't take myself too seriously. Yeah. So talk about that change and what you've seen.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about posting on social media? What should we be doing? If you're ready to be a super organised, focused and productive property manager, buckle up, because Colmio is about to revolutionise the way that you work. Colmio is the driving force behind property management excellence in residential real estate. Now picture this, a comprehensive end-to-end system designed to be the beating heart of your property management tasks, manage your properties, owners and tenants, and handle payments, inspections, and even marketing listings without leaving the platform. Colmio is designed to be an all-in-one solution to all your property management needs. And here's the game changer. Colmio isn't just software. It's been awarded the most innovative prop tech scale up in 2023. Yes, you heard it right. Colmio has been recognized for their groundbreaking approach to property management software. How good is that? So property managers, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, dive into the future of property management with Colmio. You can book in a demo with the team today and go in their weekly draw for a Prezi gift card worth $100. All you need to do is to head to the link colmio.com/thatpropertymum, and Colmio is KOLMEO.
On social media, I definitely believe in the authenticity. I feel that, in today's society and what we saw in COVID, a lot of us felt quite isolated. And when you're always looking at that perfect person, or they've got the perfect home and the perfect everything else, then you start evaluating yourself and you kind of actually feel quite bad. But when I started seeing, not just isolated to real estate, but, other mums struggling, and it's something that people can resonate with. And so I was like, well, I'm a working mum. I work in real estate. Why can't I do something very similar so that, all of us girls in the office would catch up and be like, oh, had a horrible night's sleep, blah, blah, blah. But there was the next part in that. And one of my reasons for starting a social media platform in property management is not only self-promotion, but also too, if I had any clients that I wanted to connect with there, or they were coming to see me, then they actually got to see me as a person. Because I feel like when we're talking about Ashley's PM Collective thing, which is a fabulous idea, is that I got questioned early on, oh, well, why would you be meeting with other BDMs to talk about, selling real estate? I said, because at the end of the day, we can all have the same thing. We can all use Inspection Express. We can all list a property on realestate.com. But the difference is you at the end of the day. That is real estate. It's customer service based. And the point of difference is you.
Absolutely. And that's what we should be promoting on social media. Not just our listed, not just our solds, our leased, but our personalities and who we are. And there is a saying that, people do business with people, not with brands. So, and I love that, you've obviously cottoned onto that very early on. So what sort of content then, if somebody wants to show their personality, have you got maybe some suggestions or ideas that people could be sharing?
I really hate to admit this, but I just had a social media strategy meeting with another girlfriend of mine who has a good social media presence, because I have no idea, really. And that's probably why you get such authenticity from me, because it's whatever I feel at the time and how I'm feeling and what I'll decide to post at the time. I wish that I could sit down and do a planned post thing, but for me, that's not authentic. So I don't think I'll really head down that way. But, I post whatever's interesting to me at the time. At the moment, for me, as I said, is that Kasha thing. Obsessed. I will probably do another couple of stories about it later on this week. But also to, what's going on with the family. Like every day is different. So I'll share what I feel like is funny, or, for example, my husband is obsessed with the Xbox. And if he ever listens to this podcast, I'll be in trouble. But it's very frustrating, but that's my life. And that's what I like sharing.
Absolutely. And I think that's great that, you're following your intuition, your gut, and, the people that will connect with you and will like you will find you and will relate to that. So I think that's really valuable advice to share with anyone who wants to dive in and develop their personal brand a little bit more on social media. So that's amazing. Can I ask you a quick favour before you leave this episode? Now, we all know how important reviews are for businesses these days, and mine is no different. If you could spare just a minute to follow, rate and review this podcast, it would mean a lot to me. In fact, what would get me super excited is if you share this podcast with someone in the industry who you think might need to hear some of the episodes right now. And if you'd like to find out more about working with me or any of the products I have to help you start, grow, or scale your property management business, head to my website, thatpropertymum.com.au, or check out the links in the show notes.